Growing up, I always had a vision of settling down early in life. I imagined a future where I was financially secure, a comfortable home, and the freedom to pursue my passions without the burden of financial stress. This dream wasn't just about material comforts, it was about creating a life of stability and abundance, where I could focus on what truly mattered to me. As I embarked on my journey into adulthood, I realized that achieving this vision would require careful planning and disciplined action. I set out on a mission to learn everything I could about personal finance, investing, and building wealth. I devoured books, attended seminars, and sought advice from financial experts to understand the principles of financial success. Through hard work and perseverance, I began to see my vision materialize. I made smart investments that helped grow my wealth over time. By the age of 35, I had achieved my goal of financial stability, allowing me to enjoy the fruits of my labor and pursue my dreams with confidence. In this video, I'll share the lessons I've learned and the strategies I've used to achieve financial stability before the age of 35, so just relax your mind and find a comfortable place to sit down. When I'm explaining, take a notebook and pen and write down all the important points. Yes, it's very important. Also feel free to pause the video or rewind the video to listen to the examples that I'm going to tell you again and again. Sink your brain onto the process of money making and listen to my voice. So let's begin, my friend. Number 10. Set clear financial goals. Setting clear financial goals is crucial for achieving financial stability and success. Whether your aspirations involve buying a home, starting a business, or retiring early, defining your objectives provides direction and motivation. Let's explore this concept further by discussing the importance of setting financial goals, strategies for goal setting, and practical examples to illustrate these principles. Setting financial goals is like charting a course for your financial future. It gives you a clear direction and purpose, helping you stay focused and motivated. Without clear goals, it's easy to drift aimlessly and miss out on opportunities to improve your financial well-being. Defining your financial goals provides clarity about what you want to achieve. This clarity helps you stay focused on your priorities and avoid distractions that might derail your progress. Goals also provide motivation to take action and make positive financial decisions. They give you a reason to save, invest, and make smart choices with your money. Setting specific, measurable goals allows you to track your progress over time. This tracking helps you stay accountable and make adjustments to your financial plan as needed. Goals require discipline and commitment. They encourage you to stick to your budget, avoid unnecessary spending, and prioritize saving and investing for the future. Short-term financial goals typically cover a period of 1 year or less. These goals are often more immediate and can include things like building an emergency fund, paying off credit card debt, or saving for a vacation. They are important because they help you establish good financial habits and build momentum towards achieving larger goals. For example, let's say your short-term goal is to build an emergency fund. You might set a target of saving 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. To achieve this, you could create a budget, cut back on non-essential expenses, and set up automatic transfers to your savings account each month. Long-term financial goals typically cover a period of 5 years or more. These goals are often more substantial and can include things like buying a home, saving for retirement, or starting a business. Long-term goals require careful planning and a long-term perspective. For example, let's say your long-term goal is to retire early. You might set a target retirement age and calculate how much you need to save each month to achieve that goal. You could then invest in retirement accounts like a 401k or IRA to help your savings grow over time. When setting financial goals, it's important to make them smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework helps ensure that your goals are clear, actionable, and realistic. Number 9. Create a budget. Creating a budget is a fundamental step towards financial stability and achieving your goals. It involves tracking your income and expenses to understand where your money is going and then using that information to create a plan that aligns with your financial objectives. Tracking your income allows you to see how much money you have coming in each month. This includes your salary, any freelance or side income, and any other sources of revenue. Knowing your total income is crucial for creating a budget that is realistic and sustainable. On the other side of the equation, tracking your expenses is equally important. This involves keeping track of everything you spend money on, from fixed expenses like rent or mortgage payments to variable expenses like groceries and entertainment. By categorizing your expenses, you can identify areas where you may be overspending and make adjustments accordingly. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, you can create a budget that allocates your income towards various categories, such as savings, investments, debt repayment, and living expenses. Your budget should be realistic and flexible, allowing for unexpected expenses or changes in your financial situation. Creating a budget also helps you prioritize your financial goals. By allocating a portion of your income towards savings and investments, you can work towards achieving your long-term objectives, such as buying a home, starting a business, or retiring early. A budget can also help you avoid debt and build an emergency fund, providing financial security and peace of mind. Consistency is key when it comes to budgeting. It's important to review your budget regularly to ensure that you are staying on track and making progress towards your goals. Adjustments may be necessary as your income or expenses change, but having a budget in place provides a solid foundation for managing your finances effectively. Let's look at some examples to illustrate these concepts. Sarah is a recent college graduate who has just started her first job. She decides to create a budget to help her manage her finances. Sarah tracks her income, which includes her salary of $3,000 per month. She also tracks her expenses, which include rent, $800, utilities, $100, groceries, $200, transportation, $100, and entertainment, $50. Sarah's total expenses add up to $1,250 per month, leaving her with $1,750, $3,000 to $1,250, for savings and other financial goals. Sarah decides to allocate $500 per month to savings, $300 per month to a travel fund, and $200 per month to a retirement account. She also sets aside $250 per month for emergencies. James and Maria are a couple who have been budgeting for several years. Recently, James lost his job, and they had to adjust their budget to account for the loss of income. They reviewed their expenses and identified areas where they could cut back, such as dining out and entertainment. James and Maria also looked for ways to increase their income, such as taking on freelance work and selling items they no longer needed. By making these adjustments, they were able to maintain their savings goals and avoid going into debt during this challenging time. David and Emily are a couple who have been saving for a down payment on a house. They created a budget that included a specific savings goal of $20,000 for the down payment. They reviewed their budget regularly to ensure that they were on track to reach their goal. To achieve their savings goal, David and Emily cut back on non-essential expenses and looked for ways to increase their income. They also set up automatic transfers to their savings account each month to make sure they were consistently saving towards their goal. After 2 years of saving, David and Emily were able to buy their dream home. Creating a budget is an essential part of managing your finances effectively. By tracking your income and expenses, prioritizing your financial goals, and making adjustments as needed, you can take control of your finances and work towards achieving your long-term objectives. Number 8. Reduce debt. Reducing debt is a critical step towards achieving financial freedom and stability. High-interest debts, such as credit card balances and personal loans, can quickly accumulate and become a burden on your finances. By paying off these debts as quickly as possible, you can free up more money for savings and investments, reduce your financial stress, and improve your overall financial health. One effective strategy for reducing debt is to focus on paying off high-interest debts first. These debts typically have higher interest rates, which means that more of your payment goes towards interest rather than reducing the principal balance. By paying off these debts first, you can save money on interest charges and pay off your debts more quickly. Another strategy is to consolidate your debts into a single loan with a lower interest rate. This can help you simplify your finances and reduce the amount of interest you pay over time. Consolidation loans, such as personal loans or balance transfer credit cards, can be used to pay off multiple debts, leaving you with a single, more manageable payment. Negotiating lower interest rates with your creditors is also a viable option. Many creditors are willing to lower interest rates for customers who are struggling to make payments. By negotiating lower rates, you can reduce the amount of interest you pay and accelerate your debt repayment. Let's look at some examples to illustrate these concepts. Example 1. Paying off credit card debt. Sarah has accumulated $5,000 in credit card debt, with an interest rate of 18%. She decides to focus on paying off this debt as quickly as possible. Sarah creates a budget that allows her to make larger payments towards her credit card balance each month. By making extra payments and reducing her spending in other areas, Sarah is able to pay off her credit card debt in 2 years, saving her hundreds of dollars in interest charges. Example 2. Consolidating debts. James has multiple debts, including credit card balances and a personal loan, with varying interest rates. He decides to consolidate his debts into a single loan with a lower interest rate. James applies for a debt consolidation loan and uses the funds to pay off his existing debts. By consolidating his debts, James is able to reduce his monthly payment and save money on interest charges over time. Example 3. Negotiating lower interest rates. Emily has a high-interest credit card with an interest rate of 20%. She contacts her credit card company and explains her financial situation. The credit card company agrees to lower her interest rate to 15% for 6 months. By taking advantage of this lower rate, Emily is able to pay off her credit card debt more quickly and save money on interest charges. Number 7. Build an emergency fund. Building an emergency fund is a crucial aspect of financial planning. This fund acts as a safety net, providing you with financial security in case of unexpected events such as medical emergencies, job loss, or major car repairs. Having an emergency fund in place can help you avoid going into debt and reduce financial stress during challenging times. To build an emergency fund, aim to save at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses. This amount can vary depending on your individual circumstances, such as your monthly expenses, income stability, and job security. Ideally, your emergency fund should be easily accessible, such as in a savings account, so you can quickly access the funds when needed. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of building an emergency fund. Example 1. Medical emergency. John, a freelance graphic designer, suddenly falls ill and requires emergency surgery. As a freelancer, John does not have paid sick leave and must cover his medical expenses out of pocket. Fortunately, John has an emergency fund saved up, which allows him to pay for his medical bills and cover his living expenses while he recovers. Example 2. Job loss. Sarah works in the hospitality industry, which is heavily impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Sarah's employer lays off a significant portion of its staff, including Sarah. With no income coming in, Sarah relies on her emergency fund to cover her rent, utilities, and other expenses while she looks for a new job. Example 3. Car repairs. David's car breaks down unexpectedly, and he needs major repairs to get it back on the road. Without an emergency fund, David would have struggled to come up with the funds needed for the repairs. However, because he has been diligently saving and has an emergency fund in place, David is able to get his car fixed without going into debt. Building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but it is a crucial step towards financial stability. Start by setting a savings goal based on your monthly expenses and income, and then consistently save a portion of your income until you reach your goal. Automating your savings can help make this process easier and more manageable. Building an emergency fund is an essential part of financial planning. Having a financial cushion in place can help you weather unexpected financial storms and avoid going into debt. By saving consistently and prioritizing your emergency fund, you can build a solid financial foundation and achieve peace of mind knowing that you are prepared for whatever life throws your way. Number 6. Save and invest regularly. Saving and investing regularly is key to building wealth over time. By setting aside a portion of your income each month and investing it wisely, you can grow your savings and secure your financial future. There are various ways to save and invest, from setting up a retirement account to investing in stocks and bonds. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of saving and investing regularly. Example 1. Retirement savings. Tom is 25 years old and has just started his first job. He decides to open a 401k retirement account and contributes 5% of his salary each month. Tom's employer also matches his contributions up to 3%. By saving and investing regularly in his 401k, Tom is able to take advantage of compounding interest and grow his retirement savings over time. Example 2. Emergency savings. Emily is a freelance writer who works from home. She decides to set up a separate savings account for emergencies and contributes 10% of her income each month. When Emily's laptop breaks down unexpectedly, she uses her emergency savings to purchase a new one without having to dip into her regular savings or go into debt. Example 3. Investment portfolio. James and Sarah are a married couple in their 40s who want to build wealth for their future. They decide to invest in a mix of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds to diversify their investment portfolio. By investing regularly and monitoring their investments, James and Sarah are able to grow their wealth over time and achieve their financial goals. Saving and investing regularly requires discipline and planning, but it can pay off in the long run. Whether you're saving for retirement, building an emergency fund, or growing your investment portfolio, setting aside a portion of your income each month and investing it wisely can help you achieve your financial goals and secure your financial future. Number 5. Invest in your career. Investing in your career is an important aspect of personal and financial growth. By continuously improving your skills and knowledge, you can enhance your earning potential and open up new opportunities for career advancement. There are many ways to invest in your career, from pursuing additional education to gaining certifications in your field. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of investing in your career. Example 1. Professional development. Sarah is a marketing manager who wants to advance her career. She decides to enroll in a digital marketing course to improve her skills in online marketing. The course covers topics such as social media marketing, search engine optimization, SEO, and content marketing. After completing the course, Sarah is able to apply her new skills to her job and takes on more responsibilities, eventually leading to a promotion. Example 2. Continuing education. John is a software developer who wants to stay up to date with the latest technologies in his field. He decides to pursue a master's degree in computer science part-time while working full-time. The additional education helps John develop a deeper understanding of software development principles and opens up new career opportunities in leadership roles. Example 3. Certification. Emily is a project manager who wants to advance her career in project management. She decides to pursue a Project Management Professional (PMP) certification, which is a globally recognized certification in project management. The certification requires passing an exam and demonstrating experience in project management. After obtaining her PMP certification, Emily is able to secure a higher-paying job with more responsibility. Investing in your career requires time, effort, and sometimes financial resources, but it can lead to long-term benefits and opportunities. Whether you're pursuing additional education, gaining certifications, or attending workshops and conferences, investing in your career can help you stay competitive in your field and achieve your professional goals. Number 4. Diversify your investments. Diversifying your investments is a fundamental strategy for managing risk and maximizing returns. By spreading your investments across different asset classes, you can reduce the impact of any one investment performing poorly and increase the likelihood of achieving positive returns over time. There are several ways to diversify your investments, from investing in stocks and bonds to real estate and alternative investments. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of diversifying your investments. Example 1. Stock portfolio diversification. John is a new investor who wants to build a stock portfolio. Instead of investing all his money in one or two stocks, John decides to diversify his portfolio by investing in different sectors. He invests in technology stocks, healthcare stocks, and consumer goods stocks. By diversifying his stock portfolio, John reduces the risk of losing money if one sector underperforms, while still having the potential to earn high returns if other sectors perform well. Example 2. Bond portfolio diversification. Sarah is a conservative investor who prefers less risky investments. She decides to invest in a mix of government bonds, corporate bonds, and municipal bonds to diversify her bond portfolio. By spreading her investments across different types of bonds, Sarah reduces the risk of default associated with any one issuer and earns a steady stream of income from her bond investments. Example 3. Real estate investment diversification. Emily is a real estate investor who owns several rental properties. Instead of investing all her money in residential real estate, Emily decides to diversify her real estate investments by investing in commercial real estate properties. By diversifying her real estate portfolio, Emily reduces the risk of vacancies and market fluctuations associated with residential real estate, while still earning rental income from her commercial properties. Diversifying your investments requires careful planning and consideration of your risk tolerance and investment goals. Whether you're investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, or alternative investments, diversification can help you manage risk and achieve your long-term financial goals. Number 3. Monitor your progress. Monitoring your progress is crucial for staying on track towards your financial goals. Regularly reviewing your goals and tracking your progress allows you to identify any obstacles or challenges and make adjustments to your strategies as needed. This proactive approach can help you stay motivated and focused on achieving your financial objectives. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of monitoring your progress. Example 1. Savings goals. John has set a goal to save $10,000 for a down payment on a house within 2 years. To track his progress, John creates a savings tracker spreadsheet and updates it monthly with his savings contributions. By monitoring his progress, John can see if he is on track to meet his goal or if he needs to adjust his saving strategy to reach his target amount on time. Example 2. Investment portfolio. Sarah has invested in a mix of stocks, bonds, and mutual funds to diversify her investment portfolio. She regularly reviews her portfolio performance and compares it to relevant benchmarks to assess how well her investments are performing. If Sarah's portfolio is underperforming, she may consider reallocating her investments to optimize returns and reduce risk. Example 3. Retirement planning. Emily has a retirement goal of retiring at age 65 with $1 million in savings. She regularly reviews her retirement savings account statements and calculates her projected retirement income based on her current savings rate and investment returns. If Emily's projected retirement income falls short of her goal, she may need to increase her savings rate or adjust her retirement age to meet her financial objectives. By monitoring your progress regularly, you can stay informed about your financial situation and make informed decisions to achieve your goals. Whether you're saving for a major purchase, building an investment portfolio, or planning for retirement, tracking your progress can help you stay on course and make adjustments as needed to achieve financial success. Number 2. Seek professional advice. Seeking professional advice from a financial advisor can be a wise decision, especially when you have complex financial goals or need help navigating the financial landscape. A financial advisor can provide personalized guidance based on your unique financial situation and goals, helping you make informed decisions and optimize your financial strategy. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of seeking professional advice. Example 1. retirement planning. John is nearing retirement age and wants to ensure he has enough savings to retire comfortably. He consults a financial advisor who helps him assess his current retirement savings, projected expenses, and investment portfolio. Based on this information, the advisor creates a retirement plan for John, recommending adjustments to his savings rate and investment strategy to meet his retirement goals. Example 2. Tax planning. Sarah recently inherited a large sum of money and wants to minimize the tax implications of her inheritance. She seeks advice from a tax advisor who helps her understand the tax implications of her inheritance and recommends strategies to minimize her tax liability, such as setting up a trust or making charitable donations. Example 3. Investment management. Emily wants to diversify her investment portfolio but is unsure where to start. She consults an investment advisor who assesses her risk tolerance, investment goals, and current portfolio. Based on this information, the advisor recommends a diversified investment strategy that aligns with Emily's goals and risk profile. By seeking professional advice, you can benefit from expert knowledge and guidance tailored to your specific financial situation and goals. Whether you're planning for retirement, managing your investments, or navigating complex financial decisions, a financial advisor can help you make informed decisions and achieve financial success. Number 1. Stay disciplined. Staying disciplined is crucial for achieving financial stability and success. It requires patience, focus, and a commitment to your financial goals. By staying disciplined, you can avoid impulsive financial decisions that could derail your progress and stay on track towards achieving your long-term objectives. Let's explore some examples to illustrate the importance of staying disciplined. Example 1. Budgeting. John creates a budget to track his income and expenses and sets a goal to save $500 per month. However, John often finds himself tempted to overspend on non-essential items. By staying disciplined and sticking to his budget, John is able to consistently save $500 per month and make progress towards his savings goals. Example 2. Investing. Sarah decides to invest a portion of her income in the stock market to build wealth over time. During a market downturn, Sarah's investments lose value, and she considers selling them to avoid further losses. However, by staying disciplined and sticking to her long-term investment strategy, Sarah avoids making impulsive decisions and waits for the market to recover. Example 3. Debt repayment. Emily has accumulated credit card debt and wants to pay it off as quickly as possible. She creates a debt repayment plan and commits to making extra payments each month. Despite facing unexpected expenses, Emily stays disciplined and continues to make extra payments towards her debt, eventually becoming debt-free. Staying disciplined requires commitment and self-control, but it can lead to financial stability and success in the long run. By staying focused on your goals, avoiding impulsive decisions, and sticking to your financial plan, you can achieve your financial objectives and build a secure future for yourself and your family.